Batman fans, Dubster here, and today I've got a versus video for you. To help me get a result today, I'm going to rate these sets in 5 different categories. Now I'm going to try and be as objective as possible, but of course this does come down to my own thoughts. So if you feel different about a category, you can swap that point out and we'll all win. So going head to head today, on the left we have set 76239, the Batmobile Tumbler Scarecrow Showdown. Of course, from this year, 2021, has 4,022 pieces and comes with 2 minifigs. On the right we have set 7888, the Tumbler Joker's Ice Cream Surprise. It is from 2008, has 449 pieces and comes with 3 minifigures. Now these two models represent 2 different movies, and we can tell this from the minifigures. So on the left with the new one, because we have the Cillian Murphy Scarecrow, this model will be from Batman Begins. The old model on the right, because we have the Heath Ledger Joker, it is of course from The Dark Knight. Now because I believe there's only subtle differences between the 2 movies, we'll just treat them as the same tumbler. Now something to note about the 2008 model, it did come with a secondary build. It did come with Joker's ice cream truck, as you saw from the box art. So we have to take that into account piece-wise. So it's 449 pieces now. At a rough guess, let's just say there's 100 pieces in that ice cream truck. That's going to take this down to 350 odd pieces for this tumbler versus 422 pieces for the new tumbler. The other thing I need to note is I actually brick linked this tumbler, so I didn't actually purchase it out of the set. So hence I don't have the stickers all on this model. The only sticker I do have is the Batman symbol here, and I did take that, I believe, from the Bat set. However, all the pieces are the same. So to get this face-off showdown happening, we'll start with the minifigures. So we'll start with the man himself, the Christian Bale Batman. We have the 2021 Batman on the left, and I do believe this is a new print for Batman. We get our pretty standard double-sided face print, and we get the new single hole cape, which I'm not a real fan of because it sort of puffs out a bit, and we do get some printing on the back of the torso. But the best thing about this minifigure is that we get an alternate head for Batman to turn him into Demon Batman, and I absolutely love this. And here he is scaring the crap out of Scarecrow. Again, on the left we have our new minifig. This is a Cillian Murphy Scarecrow. And the 2 figures on the right come from the 2008 model. Of course, it's Joker and his henchman. Not a particular accurate Joker for this set. It's definitely not a Heath Ledger Joker. But taking a closer look at the Scarecrow, we get some nice printing on the back of the head. Nice printing on the torso. No leg printing. Doesn't really require any leg printing, I don't think. So when it comes to minifigures, even though I think the 2 new minifigures are more accurate, definitely the Batman's more accurate with his suit, and of course we get the awesome Demon Batman and a great print for the Scarecrow as well. I think I'm going to have to give the point to the 2008 set just for having the extra henchman minifigure. So the second category we're going to take a look at is the build/design of each of the sets. So let's take a look at the bottom of the 2008 model, and as you can see, it's a very squarish build that the whole set is based on, and that reflects with the overall look of this set. So it's on top, still very squarish. We get a little bit of angling in, and the use of just standard slope pieces is how we get the effect on this build. But overall, it's very squarish. Whereas with the new model, if we take a look underneath, you can see we have this very clever use of wedge plates here to get this angled protrusion out from the side, which gives the model much more shape when you're looking from the top down. You can see it has a lot more shape to it, and I guess leads into the accuracy of the build. With the 2008 model, there's no real standout features with the actual build or the design. However, with the new model, it has a couple of very clever techniques. Now, I've already pointed the one out with the wedge plates, which I really like this, but the other thing I really appreciate is this side little flap here. Now, this is one piece, and we can remove that piece, and it's quite simple build really, but by using this fin here and attaching it, we really help get that look down the side, which again leads to the accuracy of the build. Now, I don't think there'll be any argument here, and just the amount of time that has gone past, 13 years between the models, with the release of so many more unique parts from Lego, I definitely think that the build/design has to go to the 2021 model. The next category is playability. Now, of course, the 2008 model comes with a separate build, which is greatly going to assist the playability of that set. But let's, for this instance, take that extra build out of the calculation and just compare the two models directly. With the new model, we get our stud shooters on the front of the model there, and we have an opening cockpit that you can see that you can fit two minifigs inside. Now, we have some stickered detail down in there. We have a bucket handle for a steering wheel, so some very nice details in there. But as for play features, that's it. On the 2008 model, instead of stud shooters, we get our flick fire missiles. So I guess that cancels each other out. Again, we have our opening cockpit. And you can see there's plenty of room in here for two minifigures. We get a printed slope piece there for the console. Now, where this one is going to edge it out just slightly, and something that I've had a lot of fun playing with my son with this set, is this missile shooter at the back here. It has this rubber missile, just shot myself in the hand, has one of these missiles mounted in the back. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean that it's accurate, but in this category of playability, I have to give it, just because of that extra launching missile, I have to give it to the 2008 model. Our next category is display value. So this one is going to be a little bit tricky, just because of the sheer size of the 2008 model does make it rather impressive. But is size everything when it comes to this build? I don't think so. I have to say the extra pieces that have gone into the new 2021 model, I think just give it an edge on its overall look. And therefore, I have to give display value, or shelf presence, if you will, to the new 2021 model. So our fifth and final category today is accuracy. So I'm going to put an image up on the screen, and we're going to do some comparisons to the actual model. Now again, I think this is where the extra detail for the new model really kicks in. We have the extra flaps along the top, which is much more accurate. We have the recessed windscreen, again, which is more accurate. Now, if we look down the side of these two models, if we have a look at the 2008 model, there's nothing really down the side here that is accurate to the Tumbler itself. Yes, they use a lot of slopes and there's different angles and different depth to it, but overall there's no real key features that tie that in to the real Tumbler. Whereas if we have a look at the new 2021 model, there's so much more details that tie this in, and the big thing is this angled fin down the side. Now that is a key feature of the Tumbler, and we see it in this 2021 model. So with the rear of the two Tumblers, just wanted to point out the extra detail that we get down the rear section here of the new Tumbler over the old one. mainly because they had to incorporate this missile. But the big difference is the rear engines here. There's nothing really to highlight any sort of propulsion at the back of the 2008 Tumbler compared to the jet that we see on the back of the new model. However, I do believe there is one thing the 2008 model has over this new 2021 model, and that's the tyres. If we have a look at the image, we actually have terrain-like tyres on the rear of the Tumbler, and we have more of a road tread for the front of the Tumbler, and that is opposite to what we've got here on this new model. So that accuracy has to go to the 2008. I do think myself though, I don't mind this tread on the back. I just think that we probably should have got different tyres on the front of this Tumbler. But because that is the only thing that I think that the 2008 model has over the new model, we have to give accuracy to the new model of 2021. So listing all the categories, we have the 2008 model taking out playability and minifigures, but we have the new 2021 model taking out build, display value, and accuracy. So with a score of 3-2, we have a winner in the new 2021 model 76239. As I said, if you're not happy with that score, you can swap out your points to the category however you like and come up with your own calculation to which model you prefer. My final thoughts on this model is I absolutely love the 2008 model. I have a real soft spot for that because my son and I used to play with it so often. We'd roll it back and forth. You can see it's got some wear on those tyres. We used to roll it back and forth at each other and shoot each other with the missile, and it was just a lot of fun. But there's no doubt with the benefit of time and more pieces on its side that the new model is much more accurate. It looks so much better. It's a fun and solid build with some interesting techniques. So whether you have the old one in your collection or you missed out on it, I definitely recommend this new Tumbler for any Batman fan. It'll be a great addition to your collection. Well, folks, I hope you did enjoy this face-off comparison. What do you think of that score? What is your preferred model? Put it down in the comments below. Let's have a civil chat about it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I've got some really cool videos coming on the city and the western town, so if you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. But a big thank you for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.